Hey everybody, and welcome back to We the Revolution. Let's get back in there to Act 1, Day 9. The common folk do not like us, but that's pretty typical. But this next case, I think, is one where, where both people want the same thing. They want the death penalty. So, if that's called for, it should be pretty easy to make both the common folk and the revolutionaries, get on our side a little bit. Who updated? Why were you flashing? Something was flashing. Must be something updated here, but whatever. Let's see. Who do we have? Supporter of tyranny. Please introduce yourself. Baroness Anne de Korff. Anne de Korff, you have been accused of conspiring to facilitate the escape of the Capets from France. Do you plead guilty? Monsieur le Juge, there has been a misunderstanding. I had nothing to do with that. The evidence speaks against the accused. That is impossible. Oh man, this they're going to throw us a loop. They're going to give us the situation where she's really not guilty, aren't they? There's going to be a lot of evidence for her innocence, but because everyone wants her dead, we're gonna have to make the tough decision, and I think it's gonna be forced to us. It's definitely gonna. I mean, let's look at the verdict form. If we said acquittal, we're done for. I mean, common folk will lynch us immediately. If we said prison, we could get away with that. We could send her to prison. And that would actually, they would like that just a little for some reason. Death penalty doesn't change much. It doesn't increase it that much. So there's still the option to send her to prison if we feel that it's warranted, or if she's not deserving of death. Let's check the case files. A couple pages here. Compiled by Nathan de Esseroff. Anne de Korff, 67, is a widow who currently owns an enormous fortune that she inherited from her late husband, Baron de Clinchy. Before the Revolution, she was one of Marie Antoinette's trusted courtiers. After the events in 1789, she cut ties with the court. However, she recently became a frequent guest at the Tuileries, or Tuileries, however you say that. It doesn't matter, where the Capets were being kept. She also took part in Count de Fersen's scheme to facilitate the escape of the monarchs from there. Are you sure about that? Because that's an accusation. That's not evidence. Following de Fersen's orders, de Korff supposedly bought a new carriage in her own name. The purchase of a Berlin carriage for 6 passengers, sufficient to carry the Capets from France, was made at Jean-Louis' workshop. The valet of the Baroness Gilbert testified that the carriage was delivered to the Count shortly before the escape. That could be coincidence. It is widely known that de Fersen himself, dressed as a coachman, drove the carriage as far as Bondy. Interestingly enough, when the monarchs were stopped in Varennes, Marie Antoinette had a newly issued passport under the name of Anne de Korff, which she was using during the trip. The streets of Paris are humming with gossip. They say that Anne helped the Count not because of her sympathy towards the monarchs, but because of an affair they had in the past, and the elderly aristocrat's unquenchable desire. Evidence, a receipt produced by Jean-Louis. Dear Baroness, the custom Berlin carriage you ordered is ready. Your instructions have been attentively followed to the letter. Please pay the outstanding 70,000 francs. Through Durand. Okay. I mean, that could be francs, but we're going to call it francs and be extra snooty. Let's unlock some questions, please. We only have to answer evidence, method, and offender's personality, but we have only one error we can make. New passport for the Queen. That's evidence? There you go. New carriage. Also evidence. Frequent guest. The defendant's need and urges a receipt for the construction. Evidence. 67-year-old widow. That's the offender's personality. Trusted courtier, the personality. The defendant's needs and urges. That's definitely their personality. And frequent guest is the method by which you contacted the former king. There you go. Achievement unlocked, Kojak. You can't see it, but it's down here. How many carriages are in the defendant's coach house? Could you describe the carriage you ordered? How is it possible the defendant's passport was being held by Marie Antoinette? Why would the accused visit the Capets? What is your relationship with Count de Fersen? What does the accused think about the monarchy? Why would a lonely woman need a carriage for as many as 6 passengers? Tell me, how many carriages do you have, ma'am? If I remember correctly, 3. We can't remember the last time we ate meat, and she... How many carriages she owns? Then why would you order another carriage in Jean-Louis' workshop? Does a lonely widow really need a 4th carriage? Because my wealth allowed it, Monsieur le Juge. Since when is spending money on feminine caprices... Caprices? Let's just skip over that word. A crime. It is when those desires serve Count de Fersen's conspiracy. We know that he instructed you to buy it. Nonsense. I ordered it for my own trip to Montmedy. Okay, why would you need 6... Why would a lonely woman need a carriage for as many as 6 passengers? Because a lonely woman wants to travel with company. There are still some people I can invite. Or you could plan to help the royal family of exactly 6 people on their escape. I am not the only person in the city who owns a Berline carriage for 6 people. But the other owners are not plotting against the state. Perhaps not with the use of carriages, she says. Little forked tongue there. Little serpentine wit. If that's even a thing we can come up with. If that's a phrase we can say. True, we're surrounded by serpents. So we're into the prison territory already. What's your relationship with the Count de Fersen? Only friendship. At my age, I cannot expect anything more, unfortunately. Was there something more in the past? Not as much as the people at the court like to suppose, but you know each other well? You could say that, yes. I trusted him then, but now, because of him, I'm an elderly woman stuck in a prison cell. Could you describe the carriage you ordered? It was a luxurious Berline, painted green and yellow. The Capets attempted to escape in a carriage that exactly matches this description. Where is the carriage now? I swear that I had nothing to do with the escape of Louis and his wife from that place. Answer the question. I lent it to Count de Fersen, but I swear on all that is sacred, I did not know the scoundrel's true intention. Do you think anyone believes that? What did the accused think he was going to use it for? He said he would be used by the Swedish ambassador. Why should I have disbelieved the Count? How is it possible to let's start with this. Why would the accused visit the Capets? The visit was purely social. As an elderly person, I struggle with loneliness. That is most strange considering the accused severed relations with the royal court when the revolution began. I wish to see all the people I met in Versailles before I die. Is that so wrong? Was it during the visit you had handed Marie Antoinette your passport? Absolutely not. There was a guard who would not look away even for a second. Those terrible people never left her side, the poor anguished woman. And yet by some miracle your passport still found its way to her. I had nothing to do with it. How did she get your passport, madam? It was stolen from my apartment. It must have been the Count de Fersen. And of course you immediately reported the theft? I ordered my valet Gilbert to do it. How interesting that the Parisian police received no such claim. I do not know what to say. I have no idea why Gilbert did not follow my order. And the citizen did not see that it was done. I'm a rather busy person. It must have slipped my mind. Those filthy aristocrats are really hard-working, aren't they? Did the defendant confess to the crime? No. Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? I mean, you want me to say yes to everything to this. I'm going to say no. There's no evidence that it was. According to testimony, who was using the widow's vehicle? The Swedish ambassador? Did the investigators find Anne de Korf's passport with Marie Antoinette? I'm going to sign it right now. Done. I hate to tell you, ma'am, I am going to send you to prison. Oh, we could unlock more questions. What's that thing? No, that's not a thing, right? Yeah, we've already unlocked them all. Okay, never mind. I am going to sentence you to prison, ma'am. 1, to save my skin. I cannot set you free. 2, I do not believe you are guilty enough to chop your head off. But I do have some concerns about why you didn't report this theft of your passport a little sooner than that. So, with that said, madam, please go to prison. And here's my stamp. Signed, sealed, delivered. Right to prison. There you go, madam. I sentence citizen and Korf to prison. Lead the condemned out. What? Is there no justice? Of course you say it's counter-revolutionary in nature. You say everything is counter-revolutionary in nature, Tinville. Goodbye, madam. Common folk +2, reputation +1, influence +1. Goodbye, good day. Hello, guardsman. The agent you ordered me to silence, it is done. There's something you need to see for yourself. What agent did I order you to be silenced? It must have been something that I...
Do you want to show me a common dead body?
It's not just a dead body. Look at that necklace.
A fleur-de-lis.
There's more, hidden under his clothes. We found a message in the inner pocket of his cloak. It's an order. Someone told that man to build support for a mysterious R in the district.
Who is arrogant enough to take Louis' place?
Only aristocrats are powerful enough to secretly organize people like him.
Robespierre? Robespierre starts with an R.
Even they would need help from someone in the convention. So who is R?
Robespierre, maybe?
There you go.
If he's allying with aristocrats, we must tell someone. Everyone.
It could be Minister Roland. As long as we are not sure, we would only create panic.
If that's the case, we'll have to hunt down other agents. This one won't be telling us anything.
We have no other choice. If this R is trying to gain support, you must do the same, for the greater good.
Yes. Do that. Gain support. On that weird little map we have. Excuse me? This man is way too happy to be a decapitated head. Is that yours? Decapitation still had not lost its charm since the beginning of the revolution. A group of people were gathered in a Parisian street surrounding something on the floor. Your prestigious position allowed you to make your way to the center of the mob, only to find a man's severed head. What had caught everyone's attention was the head's facial expression. It was grinning. It was so unusual that the crowd stared, hypnotized for no apparent reason. You wonder if anyone had thought to ask about the rest of the corpse. A lone severed head should definitely cause curiosity, even if for purely scientific reasons. And now that you're staring alongside, everyone else, we can use an influence point to get rid of this head, please. Or leave scratching your own head. No, please get rid of this head. That's gross. The smiling head was removed and the people dispersed. That's Paris. Reputation +1. Common folks -2. So the common folks did not like that. And I like you just like, whoop, fling in the head. We need more common folk. We need to increase our papa. Support the construction of the statue. Political debate. Paragraphs and codes. Reading together. Everyone will love that. Except for Bernard. An evening stroll. So it's either paragraphs and codes or reading together. This one is just basically all about our dad. Bernard's musical interests notwithstanding, he needs to learn more about perspective skills, and law can be an art in its own right. Reading together increases all 3 people. But this one, since it's only our father, may be a better result. Because if it's like centered on him and kind of not distributed, if the points aren't distributed among multiple people, maybe we'll go with paragraphs and codes. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt our relationship with the revolutionaries and my reputation, but that's okay. Hopefully that gets our people, influence on the people up. Excuse me. No, paragraphs and codes, thank you. Not enough. It's down a little. Down, so it didn't really hurt. Okay. Alright, what do we got next? What is that? Excuse me? Unknown character has 0 points. And this is on fire. Riots block agents except the bruiser and prevent you from gaining influence points from a section. When not quelled, riots make a section neutral and can quickly spread. Well, we need to send our bruiser in there, right? To knock some heads around. Well, the riots, please. We cannot put you in there. It's impossible. We could put you here and lower the fervor. What is the fervor? Not very high. This one is a little high. But it's not too bad. You can lower the fervor. District is fully upgraded. Let's go. Let's just, we can either scout across the river or scout nearby. I'm going to scout nearby because it's adjacent to our main thing, and I kind of want to shore up the nearby, the neighborhoods. So let's go ahead and unlock this section, and let's tamp down the riots, please. Days until inspection, 9. Okay. Documents discovered, and so this is the iron cabinet thing where we're trying to make Roland look bad, or he's trying to attack us. So we were successful in convincing a witness, we were successful in spreading rumors, and now there's a gain support. This is day 2. We cannot linger and allow our enemy to regain strength. We need to use all the rumors and accusations and work on the deputies of the convention who will attack the minister during a session. They will attack the minister? Like, physically attack him? Allies gained 0 of 2. Grace Elliott, Georges Danton, Jean-Paul Marat. You know what? Since I've seen your name, Jean-Paul, I will try to convince you. Actually, can I see? Excuse me, can I go back? No, I cannot go back. I wanted to see how many influence points I have, but I can't tell. So let's just convince you. Can I do more than one? Chance 70%. Chance 70%. Do I have to do them all? Here, we'll just convince everybody. How about that? You probably can't do them all at one time. Thank you for coming, Jean-Paul Marat. The things we do for the judges of the tribunal. I would like to talk about Minister Roland. I see. Okay, so we know a little bit here. We have 5 influence points. Carefree. Carefree and carelessness is probably not the right option. Oversensitive. Let's go with, what do we want to achieve? Manipulation. Why do we want it? Because of humility. What will he get out of it? Like, I wish I knew more. So he's oversensitive to this. He's carefree about this. So if he's carefree, he won't like carelessness, right? I don't know. I wish there was a better... wish I better understood these. You will get... oh, that is a wrong option. I just right-clicked. I didn't mean to right-click. Alright, let's go manipulation, humility, and let's try humility again. This manipulation is a weak argument. Manipulation, humility, humility. Let's go. What do we want to achieve? Manipulation. Does Roland really represent the people, or is it he instead working on to the benefit of Capet and his servants? You stepped on his toes, and he made it his own move. He made his own move in return. How does that benefit the state? Humility, please. My own antipathy towards the minister does not change the fact that we should replace his corrupt royalist with someone more just. And let's say humility again. What will he get out of it? There are times when Roland is closer to the ancient regime than Louis. If you want to be rid of the old order, now is your chance. Now he is intrigued. The quick fall of Minister Roland and his clever wife will make the Girondins feel the consequences. You can count on my help. Alright. We have Common Folk Endorsement +5. Thank you very much, Jean-Paul Marat. Okay, we do have these other options, so we can continue. Georges Danton. Georges, I would like to convince you to please work with us very much. Hello, Georges. Carefree. So, last time we said carefree, we said humility. And it seemed like it worked. Attached. What do we want to achieve? Why do we want it? What will he get out of it? So let's just do this kind of backwards. Let's say, what do we want to achieve? Let's go for carelessness. Let's see what happens when carefree meets carelessness. Why do we want it? Because of he's attached and has a heart, so that sounds like humility. What will he get out of it? Let's say manipulation. So carefree and carelessness is a good match, somehow, weirdly. Attached. What's attached? Let's go aggressive then. Let's go careless, aggressive manipulation. What do we want to achieve? We need to get rid of Roland for his own good. His pockets will soon burst apart from the amount of money he keeps in them. Roland is a leech, but he's a minister and a deputy chosen by the people. Why do we want it? Let's go aggression. Roland is not only guilty of bribes, he threatened a judge of the Revolutionary Tribunal, the independent judiciary. Oh, that was a negative. If the deputies see that you want Roland to be gone, maybe they will stop suspecting you of being a royalist. So, we did not finish this one. The Girondins are losing power anyway. I will wait until they fall. So we did not get him over on our side. Reputation -4. Revolutionary endorsement -2. That's not great. So for the last piece, I'm going to send a diplomat. We're going to burn 2 points. And hope our 70% chance happens. And it seemed to have worked. No, it broke. Excuse me? Counterattacks. From time to time, your enemy may ruin your plans with a counterattack. In such cases, you need to respond quickly and rationally. Henriot is abusing his family. 30% chance of success. In order to defend himself against potential attacks from the convention, Roland revealed that Francois Henriot, who is running for commander-in-chief of the National Guard, so that Henriot is our guy, is abusing his family. Those revelations are yet to be confirmed. Perhaps Roland will try to use this rumor to sabotage Henriot's candidacy. We can use diplomacy. Henriot had to show himself with his family to demonstrate his happiness, or it's best to find those who spread these rumors and be rid of them. No, let's be public about it and not crack heads. The action will be performed the next day. Chance of success 90%. Okay. Let's exit then. Influence -2, revolution is -2, reputation -4, common folk +5. End the day, please. Saving. Act 1, Liberté, day 10. Paris should be grateful for having such a fierce defender of justice in you. Should we, the deputies of the National Convention, be scared for our positions? Along with the Republic, says Robespierre. But I will... everyone wants this guy to die. The aristocracy have been revealed. I was going to end the episode. I didn't want to read more stuff. From now on, you must nurture relations with another political group operating within Paris. So let's just see. If I kill this guy, the aristocracy hates it. Common folk really love it. If I give him prison, common folk don't really love it. If I quit him, I'm almost to being hanged myself. So yeah, the aristocrats, they want him to be acquitted. Everyone else wants the death penalty. Who are you, sir? Thomas de Marie, Marquis de Favros. I'm not reading it because I'm going to end the episode. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.